Hi everyone, I hope you well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin, big got the CoinsKid crew. So right now, Bitcoin, from this high here, okay, and this low, you came up, you broke the high, and then you met the 1414 just there, okay. So right now, you're retracing to this low, okay. So retracements are normal. Yesterday, I was anticipating a retracement like this, a free drives retracement pattern, and then breakout here, okay. And this is why I went long off that target just off that low, because I was anticipating there's some kind of free drives bullish reversal pattern, corrective pattern before coming back up again, continuing with this trend, and essentially some kind of big massive bull flag looking for continuation like that, okay. You know, I did see a lot of people drawing that as well, but unfortunately we broke down right now out of this channel, okay, and we're coming down. So our next key level support for me is two key levels of support, and again, this is why you always set stop losses. So yesterday I've shown you my stop loss was just below where I entered, okay, and it ran up into resistance of the EMAs, got rejected, and then coming down. So you've got two massive levels of support right now for Bitcoin that I do think if you start to lose them, it's going to start to look quite nasty and you could actually go short. So just there for Bitcoin, you've got this green trend line because look, you've got a high and you retrace into this low, okay, on this green trend line again, which is essentially the support line of a whopping ascending triangle here like this, okay, where again you could potentially say this is some kind of fake out, throw back into the pattern, looking to coil up and then break out eventually. Now one thing that would be really super bullish here for Bitcoin is if it holds this low, and most importantly that's your major low, but forget about that low at the minute, it's all about this low because this is your impulsive break, that's your high, you broke impulsively, and right now you're coming back, okay, to this low because you've broken that high. That's the most important thing at the moment, okay, because this confirms that you're breaking impulsively and correctively, okay. Now the minute you begin to lose that low, you're not retracing, you're basically putting in something called a reversal wave where you lose that low and you're no longer coming up impulsively and correctively, you're creating a reversal wave. Now that could be the precursor if you start to lose that low, that you're going to lose that low as well. Do you understand? That's why I'm showing you, a lot of people are showing you this low, but right now for me this is the most important low for Bitcoin. So you know, if you do start to see Bitcoin coming down below this low, 18932, I think you've got an impulsive move to the downside. So how can you measure them impulsive moves? So I'll show you what you do. You use fibs from the top, okay, where you broke out, met the 1414 after breaking that high, remember, you're coming down and you're retracing to this low, which is normal. This is what Bitcoin does, this is what everything does, breaks out impulsively, corrects, retraces to the low, okay. I've always taught you that. So providing you can retrace to a normal level of support and start to come back up and take out that high, that means you've got an impulsive break, corrective break, impulsive break, corrective break, impulsive break, and you start to move up the stairs impulsively, which is an uptrend. Do you understand that? So you know, we need to hold this low. It's really important that we hold this low, because if not, you're going to start to come down like this and you're going to start to create something called a reversal wave. Now your minimal target for me is always the 1618 fib, like that. Now you can see if you do start to do that, okay, and you start to come down and you lose that low, then you know your target you're going to be in the 1618 actually determines that you're going to lose that low, and that's how it all works. You've got a precursor by losing this low here that you're going to lose that low because you're creating a reversal wave here. You understand? So you actually minimal target is a 1272. You know, it could do that, it could just bounce shy of that, that's an absolute possibility. But for me, I always like to see the targets, the impulsive wave targets, whether you know, impulsive to the upside or impulsive to the downside. For me, 1618 is always a really good key area of support resistance, you know, in a downtrend and uptrend of an impulsive wave basically. So at the moment that's your key low, and that is currently at 18921, and at the moment Bitcoin is actually retracing to it. So we use key levels of support in the fibs to determine whether or not you're going to actually come deeper than anticipating your retracement to that low. So you know, one major level for me is the 786. I think if Bitcoin starts to come down below that, then you know it's in deep poo basically, because you are looking at a deeper retracement to that low, the one fib just there. So you know, this is normal, this is healthy, this is what it does. And right now, you can see how you're coming down through the fibs. Okay, you lost 236, you held it on the 382, and right now you've melted through the 50. Okay, so your next level support after the 50 is the golden ratio. Now Bitcoin does have an affinity to the golden ratio that currently sits at 20817. So for me, you know, I think that could be a really good area of support for you right now, because if it does start to come down and it hovers on there like that, I think what you're going to do here, you've got a golden ratio fib retracement to this low, you coil up down here on this support just there, this green trend line, and then you've got the EMAs coming down on you as resistance. You're going to coil up here, potentially get the breakout, taking that high. Okay, so if that is the case, I can tell you without any sort of trend lines or anything like that where you're going to break out to next if Bitcoin is actually bullish and not bearish. So if Bitcoin comes down, because like I've always said to you, when you lose a fib you do target the next fib, to the golden ratio at 20817. If Bitcoin does actually come down to there, and there's a bit of confluence that this is equal to this neckline as well, this ascending triangle, look at that, okay, if it does come to that and it starts to break back out to the upside, I can tell you the next break where it is, it's going to be from there to there, and you're looking at that for Bitcoin. Okay, do you see that? 2662. So for me, that could be a really good area to go long with a really tight stop loss, because at that point you could sit in a trade that's around about 28% for Bitcoin. That's a possibility. Obviously, you can do all this on Bybit. The link is in each and every single video description. So this personally is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go long. I'm going to put my stop loss on the 702 fib, because if it goes the other way, it goes the other way, doesn't it? You know, and you get stopped out. It's trading 101. And like I've always said to you, I did go long down here on this green trend line as well. I did go long on this green trend line as well, because I think that what potentially you're doing right now, you come up impulsively and correctively, and you can see you ran into resistance here, you came down through the EMAs, and you got the 20 coming down on you. You've got that support there. Okay, and again, you could wait for this. You could wait for this to play out before going long. It's entirely up to you. But just here, we've got the EMAs, we've got the Def Cross, we've got the Def Cross just there. We came down, we kind of hovered on support of the green trend line just there. Okay, and we was holding resistance of the 20 EMA, and it's at that point we're holding this high level support, and then we broke back out. Boom, beautiful long up. Okay, that only met to the 1414 as well. So that's something down the line we need to keep an eye on. That we're only meeting the 1414, but we'll look at that if we come to it. So we could be going through a very similar scenario where we broke down right now. We've got some kind of big ABC correction here and there, back down to this low. Like I said to you, that's a really important low right now for Bitcoin. So if we start to coil up down here in the next few days, you start to see something like this, where these 20 EMA, because again you're getting overextended from the 20 on the 4 hour. Like I said to you, overextension, greed, you know, bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered. You are quite overextended from that 20. I've always said that to you. On the way up, overextended, you're going to come in. On the way down, overextended, you're going to come in. And you've melted there. Look at that. You got that overextension. So potentially what I think you're going to do here is slow down on this trend line, and then you've got the 20 coming down. Now if we do start to see that, you could build some long positions down here with a really tight stop loss on these fibs. And at that point you start to break up. You've got that beautiful trade in front of you, and all you've done is broken out, retraced, and breaking out basically for Bitcoin. So that's something I'm looking at. You know, to negate all of that, what we've got to see for Bitcoin right now is come down, hit its head, start to come down, lose 786 fib, and then lose that 1 fib down there, and I think you've got an impulsive wave to the downside, and you're no longer coming up like this. Okay, you're looking at an impulsive wave to the downside. That's how it all works. Okay, so hope you understand that update, and it's a game of Fibonacci. Get fibs into your charts. They're amazing. Okay, take everyone back to another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.